Theme song.
Welcome to Clanfolk. Happy Clanfolk is officially release day, everybody. This absolutely wonderful game that I was able to check out several weeks ago is now available in full on Steam. Head over to Steam and get on board as well. Thanks to Hooded Horse, by the way. They've been putting out some, partnering with developers that are making some very enjoyable games, and this is no different. Now, you might wonder why I'm in the menu. It's because I'm going to start again. I know I have a series, episode 1, 2, and 3. I might even remove that from the playlist. I'm not sure. Basically, if you watch the third episode, you'll see that I was not well set up for winter. Winter is fairly unforgiving, and in my defense, that what you were watching, those first 3 episodes, were me exploring the game. That was my first time playing the game, and I was just sort of champing at the bit to get into a new playthrough of Clanfolk now that I have the knowledge I have, and knowledge is key in this game. I'll explain what I mean to those of you who haven't seen this game before. Welcome to Clanfolk. Let's get started by getting a new game going. We have world settings here. We can make a whole bunch of lakes, a whole bunch of mountains, forest, grassland, wildlife. All of that is important. Basically, these generate more resources for you. If we max this out, that's like a whole bunch of wildlife around. If we max out this instead, it's a whole bunch of grassland for us, for growth, for chopping down that grass, for, I imagine, a number of things, berry bushes and such. Same thing with forest, lots of mushrooms, lots of lumber. Mountains, lots of rocks. Lakes, a lot of fishing and water availability. So we kind of have to decide the 3 things that we want to prioritize more, or do away with with some of them. I'm going to keep everything at zeros. I'm going up in wildlife, and I'm going to go up in forests, and I think I'm going to go, it's either grasslands or mountains for me. The reason, I'll explain lakes later, and it's mainly just because I don't get fishing. That's the reason. Oh, I'm so bad at fishing. Okay, so what do I want? Mountains or forests? Mountains or grassland more? Let's go mountains for the early game mining, and you'll see some difference in a bit. So let's hit the old seed randomizer a few times just for good luck, and then one more time just for, I don't like that number. There's something wrong. This feels like an episode of Severance. You hit it. The thing with random seeds is you hit the random generator until you see a number that doesn't generate anxiety. Like this one, this number makes me scared. So I'm going to just put it in the bucket and move on to the next one. When is Severance Season 2 coming out? I like this. I like a lot of 5s and 2s for some reason. Somebody explain why. Ooh, I like lots of 8s, actually. 8s and 2s and a couple of 0s. This is the one for me, Build World. Okay, fingers crossed that wasn't a terrible idea. And we begin by first taking a look at our land and deciding, do we like this? Is there something, does it speak to us? I feel like it does. I feel like I might be nestled in here for resources and then build out into this area, like farm all down here or something. This feels good to me. Advanced shaders, yes. All right, time to build a clan, I believe. Let us build our clan. First thing to fix is going to be our choice of, I kind of like the Douglas. Never behind, do not forget, let us unite. We have been. Whoa, these are awesome. Like something, we have been, the Bruce banner. Robert the Bruce. Very good. I have completed the course. That just sounds like me at university, so I don't like that one. By sea and by land, very cool. The McDonald's. To conquer or die. Mackenzie. I shine, not burn. Macintosh. Touch not this cat without a glove. Okay, I gotta think. Are these real? If that's real, then that's amazing. If that's not real, then that's hilarious. Either way, it's a win. Hold fast. That's McLeod is good. Robertson, glory is a reward of valor. I like that. Also, Robertson, very Canadian, famous Canadian Robertsons. Success nourishes hope. That's true. For liberty. Just Wallace, of course. Kind of like the Macintosh one, to be honest. I like the Macintosh one because of the color, choices, but also because that is, you know what I mean? I love that. All right, now we have a number of starting positions similar to RimWorld, right? They recommend a fresh start. A clan builds their first homestead. Very nice. Shepherd, or just shepherd, I guess. A family just starting out tries their hand at managing a flock of sheep. It could be nice because you have that wool right off the top, so that would be good for the winter, to be honest. It is apparently difficult, though. Their parents are gone, and all they are a few coins All they have are a few coins, the chickens they could carry, and each other. Now, that one might be intense because I don't know what orphans are going to be capable of doing. You have to wait till like they become adults to do much of the heavier work, probably. Build your own clan from nothing. Try this after surviving winter. I love it. So I officially can't or shouldn't try this. We're going to go fresh start because I just want to really have a fun time with this and build our clan. So Macintosh. Now, is there anything fresh? Okay, yeah, clear back. What's this clear button? I don't want to hit the clear button because I feel like it's just going to clear. I'll turn off the tutorials. I think it's going to clear. You know what? Let's just find out. Oh, okay, it clears this. I thought it was going to clear all this stuff. Let's go a fresh start here, recommended. So if we clear that, it gets us back to the basics. We can just go back to the basics. We have a reroll cost of 5. I'm not sure what that gives us, though. We have coins, 20 coins to begin with. We have 3 hens. We have some smoked meat and some dried mushrooms to get us started. We could sell that and get some more. We could buy some more food for this coinage, but we might want to keep the coinage. I'm not sure if we need to keep the coinage, to be honest. Let's get some more dried mushrooms. All right, who do we have here? We've got 2 lazy seniors. Minus 1,000 max. I would love to re-roll them, but decent hunting skills, good clothing, so good, tailoring is good. Looks like she's wearing a bit of a, spicy outfit there, though, so maybe she should use some of her clothing skills to make some better clothes. He's a good gatherer, and he hates cleaning. These must be the dislikes, I think. Yeah, I see. This is what she dislikes farming. She likes making clothes. He dislikes cleaning. Okay. Now, this becomes something you can really drill down into later on. Double loves gathering. Love that. Good for him. As you assign the various... Oh, we don't... Okay. So if we got rid of all this stuff, if we got rid of all our chickens, we could add 1 more baby. But I think I'm good with these 2 juveniles and Lilius, the baby. So we're going to start this clan, I think. Let's just start it and be happy with it. 2 Macintoshes have met and... Increased clan member age. No, I don't want to do that. 2 Macintosh members have met, Lachlan and Giles, and they have set off to start a new life in Solidheim, or whatever we call this. Now, right off the top, I've disabled tutorials, and that's because I kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, but I just wanted to dive right into it and play some Clanfolk. They need more cleaning spots. We need stuff. This is all the, let's not worry about this right away, but let's talk about first what the plan is. Basically, the only thing that matters is to get yourself ready for the winter. Now, farming-wise, I want to set up some farmland down here. I kind of want to build a large structure in this space here, or a couple of structures. And then from there, what do I want here? I'm just trying to think here. What do I want? I think from there, I want to farm down this area. There's not a lot of grassland in this particular spot. There's lots of grassland over here. There's a lot of grasslands down here, which also leads to some wilderness animals. Foxes, fox-eye, and bun-eye. Bunnies. Rabbits? Listen, I don't know. Foxes. I don't know why I thought it was something else. Anyway, what I like about starting out in this area here is I start to build here. We start to set up some farming down here, which is something I screwed up last time, so we're going to do better this time. And then from there, I think I can also mine and get some stone going on right away. Or not right away, but pretty close to right away. So the first things to do here is this is your HUD, obviously. If you switch this button here, toggle humans and livestock, you can see your animals. You do need to keep an eye on them and make sure that they are well taken care of, especially when it comes to the winter. These are my people. We love them. They're doing okay right now. They're full of hope and hoping that I don't kill them off. Now, what I said earlier in the game, it's all about your ideas. It's all about unlocking and pushing through the tech tree, especially early on. I was doing pretty good. We don't even know what it is up here yet. I was doing pretty good by the time winter came around. I was getting to some really high-level stuff, but I did find that I would sit here and design and build and focus on that much more than I should have. It's like a lot of times, it's like make 1 or 2 pieces of wall just to get to the next tech. Don't try to build a bunch of buildings out of early tech stuff if that's not what you're driving towards. Because one of the big things with early tech stuff is flammability. So let's go here and assign some jobs. I'm going to assign... gather some stones. Just a few of the stones here. And I want to gather some berries as well. Not too many, just to begin with, because they'll go off. And we can do pink mushrooms later on, but that's more of a big thing in the fall, and I need to gather a bunch of branches. There we go. So it's like a bunch of gather options here. Then let's get some sleep zones out of the way of our construction, probably. I'm going to have them like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and then hit this key, this button up here, or the B key, which basically copies it over. There we go. So we got enough sleeping spots. We need a water option. One thing I love about these is you can click on this, and it actually just shows you where it is, a drink zone. So we need a drink zone so they can get up in the morning and do some drinking. And we also need a wash zone so they can do some washing in the morning. I think 2 spots is fine. I don't think... It says we want more. Okay, fine. I'm in the middle of saying that I think it's enough. Like, I'm like, you know what? My strategy is fine. But I guess it's like if there's a crowd. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's do that. Let's gather that. Let's go jobs. And that's all we need for right now. So let's get started with that. Then let's go objects, storage, I believe. Where's the storage zones? I need the... Oh, stockpiles. Okay, here we go. Let's get a little food zone right here. Now, this is going to be for food. Each stockpile zone, you can kind of also control what goes in there. So we can say, no berries in here, but yes, berries. I want berries to be put in here as they are picked. I would also like the mushrooms to be brought here, but I'm not seeing that on my allow or disallow. That's fine. Another thing to pay attention to is this little situation, the priorities system right here. You're going to boost this to get a higher priority. More towards 10, that's raised priority. Lower the priority. Now, in RimWorld, I think it's the opposite, right? 1 is max priority, so be careful with that. Don't screw that up. That's a tip. That's a free tip for you. I think let's get an ingredient stockpile here as well. Again, this is all temporary because I want to learn... Stones. Okay, good. I want to learn, and I want to design. Like, I want to learn some tech stuff and then design some stuff up here. So that's kind of why I'm trying to stay out of the way of this area, because I intend to, like, you know, chop it all down, basically. To that end, let's do some more branch gathering, because I know we're going to need lots of branches. There we are. And we need a work zone to do various work things. Just place it right here. It's a little, you know what, never mind. X to cancel the placement of that. Let's go for objects, storage. Oh, there's my branch pile storage. Okay, sweet. I don't know, just put 1 down. Again, this is the same thing. It's like put 1 down because it sometimes will lead to more unlocks. There we go, right near the storage of stuff. That's a bit smarter. Let's play smart here. It seems like we have a lot of time, but we do not have a lot of time. Each season is 10 days long. So it's going to be summer for 10 more days, then it's going to be fall for 10 days, then winter. So we've got 20 days to get ready, I think, unless it's changed since full release. That's sort of our situation. Now, with those skills we were looking at per character, we have their skill tree here, which can be reordered at our whim. We can max out something if we want them to focus primarily on hunting. We can also take a look at the skill tree here that breaks it down, so we can make sure that we've got everybody. This is I like this. It's sort of like a new way on RimWorld to like kind of visualize everything. You click on it, you can see where everybody's skill tree is. I think I'm not going to mess with it until I get later on. I feel like this is set up as well as it can be automatically for now. It's one of those things where it's like it's probably set up better than I can set it up right now. So let's leave it. Now I'm going to get some stone sickles done for harvesting grass and reeds, and that's going to push us through to our next unlock of ideas. We got our branch pile, our work zone, stone sickle leads to clearing grass, which leads to clearing more stuff. What else do we need here? This is going to unlock all the walls and berry bushes. That'll be good to plant. And a gravel floor, which is nice. So let's go ahead and collect... Actually, hang on. How many branches do we approximately need? Seems like 200 is our big unlock. We have 167, so we're very close there to unlocking some more. So let's gather... I mean, they're already kind of doing it, so let's keep going. And get to that 200 and unlock some more wall structures. Wattle fence has been unlocked. You love to see it. And the wattle wall, which is good. However, it's highly flammable, or medium flammable, I guess. So you're going to want to be careful. If you build a wattle wall fence, a building rather, and then you put some torches in there to stay warm in the winter, you're going to find you're putting out a fire a lot quicker than you'd expect. I think, yeah, the biggest thing is collecting water, fire control, and prepping for the winter. One thing I didn't do that was taught to me later is to prep a farming area, and you can actually do that by setting controlled fires. I don't know if it's going to work here because we don't have a lot of grasslands. We could farm this. We could go all the way down here and farm just by setting fire to all that grassland. But I think what I want to do is set up some, like, a first initial tract of land here and then put some berries in it. The burning actually helps with fertilization. It creates a more fertile area so that you can turn a farm into a more productive farm, hopefully before the winter. What do I have in terms of floors? I don't even have the gravel floor unlocked yet, and what I'd like to unlock is the dirt floor, which I know that, you know, again, that's one thing that feels kind of cheesy sometimes about this, is like I've played the game, so I know what tech is coming up, and there's nothing that you really can't beat that initial build in a game. Let's clear some of this grass. Let's get some reeds in here. That initial playthrough of a game, when you first get it, you actually are like the clan. You have no idea what is coming up next in terms of your technology. You don't know what the next thing is to discover. If you click on a stockpile and you click on inside the stockpile first and then expand it, that actually expands the existing stockpile rather than placing one next to it. I can't take these trees out yet, but that gives me a little bit more room here. And then we've unlocked a thresher. The thresher is going to be great because it's going to help us get to some hay, some straw, and all the other things we would need to make certain types of roofs and whatnot. Again, fairly flammable roofs, so you're going to want to be careful. Let's build that right there. How are we doing for food? We've got 2 days of food, which does not Good Life make. Let's go for... I don't want to... Okay, let's pick mushrooms, because they tend to sometimes... You get a chance that they'll dry out, especially if it's not raining. Then they last way longer. As you can see here, the smoked meat is great to have, but it's decreasing ever so slowly. The berries are actually decreasing a little bit fast, getting old and too warm. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem. These fresh mushrooms, same thing, -2 per second. The smoked meat is like what? -2 per second. So that's actually, not that good. Now, dried mushrooms, though, they're going to last forever unless it starts to rain over top of it. So, how do we keep... how do we get to our first structures? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Early days, while I'm getting ready, we have wattle walls. We don't really like wattle walls. However, it's a good start. So what I want to do is start building some wattle walls, but I'm not going to try to build an entire structure. What I'm going to do is a series of, I'll call them umbrellas. We're about to unlock roofing, but it's just going to be straw roofing. So for the first little while, that's going to be a pretty flammable roof. So what I'd like to do is set up something where I can store food and store resources, but future-proof. So it's like we don't want to depend on these straw buildings for our main building, all the main work that's going to throw sparks and cause fires. However, maybe it could become our sleeping area eventually. So let's go walls, wattle wall, and kind of like... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go against what I said a little bit here, right? So that I can draw out a shape. This is a longhouse. This is what we're going to make, okay? We're not going to build all of this because that's going to be too much work for them. This is a longhouse. Eventually, I'm going to split it off and have different rooms here, and then I want to have another larger stone structure right here, I think. So it's going to be one big longhouse, and then within the stone structure here is going to be all our fire-producing stuff, which will generate warmth. And then back here, the original building, which will all be straw and easy to build, can be where we sleep, with the benefit of the stone structure ahead of it spilling heat over. Like, the heat radiates into these rooms. But for now, this is all the tech we have. So let's do this wattle wall and not even worry about anything else right now. So let's get these up. Then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go... Okay, I can multi-select if I shift-click, but I can't... Oh, there we go. Control-click. There's no click and drag. That's okay. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to do the same up here. Basically, I'm just going to arbitrarily take down some wall pieces, because what I can do with this is enough pillars, so hit X, there we go. So these are enough things to build that's going to keep us quite busy for a while. We actually can't even build these ones here because of the tree. Ooh, eel trap, good. Because of the trees there, we don't have that tech yet. But this is going to be the structure here. And around this, we can start placing some roofing. Like this area here, we can probably roof all of this in. And then I can start storing food right here. It's not a fully enclosed building, but it'll keep my food dry as we slowly start to move my my stuff up and into this area here. Now, the eel trap, I'm going to be honest with you, and feel free to hit me up in the comments. I don't 100% understand how the eel traps work. But you place them, they're going to get built, and then I'll show you the work order system that we're going to need. Oh, reeds are unlocked as well. So I can now plant reeds. That's nice. I believe. Planting reeds. Crops. Yeah, that's the only crop I have right now. So let's... Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, let's plant some reeds here. There we are. The eel fishing thing. What do we need for that? Some straw and branches. Do we have straw? We can make straw by threshing some hay. So let's order up like 100 straw because I know it's going to unlock a bunch of stuff. We have... Oh, we have some straw already. That's interesting. So what we need is more hay. Jobs. Let's clear the grass. I believe we've chopped or created a couple of stone sickles as they're no longer in my orders. So those tools are somewhere. Probably being held by one of them. So they've probably got it in on their personage. Oh, here we go. The wattle wall's built already, except for the stone. And we need to X those out so we don't have any weirdness going on there. Let's hit B here. And even bring this in a little bit, just because, like, again, they were pretty easy to make. So we've now unlocked the hay seed, which is great. So what I'd like to do is plant a bunch of hay seeds. Oh, we don't have hay seeds yet. Okay, so I think we need to gather some seeds here, then start planting some hay seeds, because what I'd like to do is set up for my first farm. I think, for example, like this area here. I mean, it's tough, right? I like this natural food for the chickens. A cooking fire, finally. Good. Okay. Let's get this cooking fire going so we can start processing some of the eel that we're about to get. Unlocked raw eels. So this has been built. That means our eel trap has been built, which is right here. The eel trap, you basically set orders here. Raw eels, 5. Now, in here, it says the fishing is 66 out of 66%, which I believe is a 66% chance of like a full catch. That's going to lower every time. If you overfish, it lowers it, which actually means if you're constantly fishing this lake to try to keep your food stock up, it will actually become less and less efficient and less worth it for you. Let's get our cooking fire going. We got to be careful because this is the throw of sparks. So you don't want it near any of the stuff you're building, obviously, or your crops or anything like that. I think this would be good. Right, I mean, it would be nice right here because it's near everything, but that could burn this whole area down. So I'm going to put it up here, far and away from stuff. I think it'll throw sparks about 2 tiles away from itself. So this tree is potentially in danger, which could spread a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. The eel trap is working. Let's get 10 and see how bad, like what that does to the fishing percentage. Now, with these work orders, there's a bunch of features here. Again, in the comments, hit me up with an explanation as to how it works. The tutorial tried to explain it to me, and several of you have also tried. Good on you for trying. But we can have, thank you, unlocked gravel floor. We can have a number of options here, right? You can set up these work orders here. You can also plan to wait until tomorrow and then do another 10, right? So after it does these 10, it'll get to the next task, which is to wait until tomorrow, then do the raw eels. I haven't seen it exactly work like that. The other thing you want to do here is the bypass queue order can be on or off. It's basically just on. Repeat the build queue, I assume, would re-up this order every single day. It would go do another 10. And then auto build is another option. If we have that turned on, I believe we can go here and, no, not right click, but I believe we can set it here, auto supply 10. So every time that our inventory goes down to less than 10 raw eels, it tries to do another 10 raw, or I guess in this case 5. I don't want that to happen. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to manually manage my fishing just because I'm not 100% sure how it works. Now planting, we now have grass crops able to be planted and the hay roof has been unlocked. So what I'm going to do, I need to get to tree chopping ASAP. But I'm going to like make this first small area here. I'm going to plant a bunch of grass here, and then I'm going to start trying to carve up the road around it. If I can't unlock dirt floor, I might have to wait. Hay wall, dry stone fence, good. And now we have a hay roof. So I believe that we could do like all of this. And what does that need? It just needs straw on time. Okay, unlocked flammable blocker. That's great. I'll show you how that works in a second. Cooked eel has been unlocked because we built our thing here. So let's go ahead and cook up 10 eels. A stone hoe has been unlocked. That's great. So again, if something comes up, make it right away. If you do the stone hoe, if you make that thing right away, we're going to be able to unlock more tech also right away. So you want to do that. Really want to get to a dirt floor, to be honest with you. Tilled soil, that's going to be good. Dirt floor right here. So what do I need for that? A stone hoe. Perfect. So once we've got that, I'm going to set up a little exclusion, a fire exclusion zone around where this grass is being planted. And we'll see how quickly I can get that set up. In the meantime, my little area is coming along quite nicely. We've started to do the roofing, at which point I think I'm going to start to move into this building. Let's actually build a few hay walls now. And actually, that might replace that wall. That's kind of cool. Let's actually X these wattle walls because they're just not as good. It's not as good insulation as like a hay wall, but I'd love to get to stone walls first. That's why they call me Stonewall Jackson. I'm going to expand this ingredients on here. So let's expand that out a little bit so we can continue to store items. Looks like the evening is dropping. We need a lot of straw here, so we need to actually... where's my thresher? Here it is. Let's order up like a whole bunch of straw. And to do that, we need a lot of hay. We have 226 hay, so that should be okay. There should be a lot of work to do there. Our fishing is 66 of 66. And it hasn't it's because it hasn't finished the first round of fishing. So yeah, again, I might manually control this a little bit until I understand it more. But I think in the early game, manually controlling all your orders is not that big of a deal. Especially because there's just not a lot to manage just yet. Things are going to get pretty involved in the future, I imagine. While I'm waiting, I'm also going to go to stockpiles. I'm going to go to flammable blocker, and that's exactly what it sounds like. So to control the spread of fire, you want to place flammable blockers around things that could... So for example, we should probably place one around our fire. In fact, I will do that now. And that is because what you don't want them to do is to haphazardly place items down near the fire. That's only a 1 there, so let's actually expand that. Although it looks like the sparks don't go too far, so we should be okay. But you don't want people to place something that could catch fire, like a tool or a bale of hay, because that could catch fire here. And then, yeah, okay, you've made enough of an exclusion zone, but now something catches fire here, which spreads it to this tree, which maybe gets into this grass, and then that gets over here and burns your entire colony to the ground. So you certainly don't want to see that happening. This grass planting is going well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a flammable blocker around this as well. And that is because, especially during harvest time, if and when we want to burn this soil again to raise its fertility, we definitely don't want people placing stuff in here that would allow this fire to spread outside of our, I don't know what you call this, exclusion zone. So this is our first farming plot. I'm going to try to get some stuff going on it ASAP, but really what I want is this grass to grow. So to do that, I think we need to cut more grass. So let's do that here. Jobs, clear grass. There we are. We have 1 day of food left. It's not looking great. We've got some raw eels, which I guess are slowly going to be put there. Okay, it does 5 at a time. That's probably why. So let's go ahead and jobs. Let's gather some more berries. And what else do we have? Jobs. Pick some more mushrooms, maybe. Got a couple more mushrooms. There's a lot in the fall. And also another reason to leave tree stumps around when we start gathering trees and logs. If you leave the tree stumps around, the mushrooms will grow more readily in and around those tree stumps. So if you don't need it clear-cut, go ahead and don't clear-cut it. A serving basket. Okay, that's new as of the full release of this game. What is this? A place to store fruits and vegetables off of the ground, and a meat rack has also been unlocked. Same thing, store. Okay, I love it. It starts to give you storage options right away, which I really enjoy. So over in this area, this is going to be our initial early game pantry, and I'm going to go object storage serving basket right here. Let's put it in the corner. I guess we'll put a couple of those down, and then let's get a meat rack right here. There we are. And yeah, we'll continue to roof that off. And walls, we'll go hay wall here. There we are. So that's coming together. It looks like it's getting roofed off. We just need to learn enough to chop down trees. This is actually quite far away, so I think that wasn't maybe my smartest move. But I think what I can do, let's set up another flammable blocker right here. So like our main structure is probably going to be here. So I think we should have farmland up and around this area here. So let's get another set of farmland. That's 2 by 2. Yep. Let's get another set of farmland here. And I'm building it again just by building an exclusion zone. And then eventually what I want to do here, so to make sure not to spread fires, is put dirt floor around my farms. This might be overkill. Feel free to tell me it's overkill in the comments down below. I guess what I'm saying is, give me that engagement. Hit me those comments, everybody. Neglect. Yeah, okay. So they're upset because I don't have any shelter for them, but in the morning they just go and eat the grass around. They basically take care of themselves during the summer and the fall. And then by the winter, they become a major issue that you're going to be wanting to be on top of. To that end, maybe there's like a chicken coop or something, like a little area for them down here. We'll build a little barn here where they have some water. They can have, a water trough and stuff like that, which is, again, it feels kind of cheesy, right? I know that exists. I know that there's troughs coming up and all sorts of things. So it does feel like a little bit like I, jumped up, like I know more than my colony does. But, what are you going to do? You can never replace the first time you play a game. All right, we've made our first stone hoe, and that's going to help. It's unlocked a lot of options, a lot of things that we need, like gathering clay and some twine and tilled soil. So if we want to make some twine, we need a little bit of straw. So let's make some twine. Let's make this stone axe. Let's actually put that up here, so that gets made first. Make 2 stone axes because I know people are going to need them. That's automatically going to unlock some more stuff, so I want to get there to chop down some trees. We've got the poo hole. We've got gather clay. That's all good. Let's go ahead and place our objects' basic needs. Let's go ahead and place our poo hole, which I believe does not go bad, or burn, rather, right here. And even one up here. Now, why am I placing those poo holes there? Well, the poo holes actually generate a lot of early game, what would you call it, fertility. So I kind of want that poo hole near where I want to put my gardens, at least to begin with. But eventually we'll get into some higher tech that allows us to do away with that kind of, unsightliness altogether. Planting. Okay, so we can't plant yet. Jobs. Oh, wait. Buildings. Floors. Dirt floor, it just requires time. So we're going to go dirt floor here. This is a large project. We're getting into our large projects now, but I'm just trying to create a bit of a fire break there. Same thing down here. Get some dirt floor. You know what? We might even leave this as just grass so we can have a supply of hay coming in. I don't know. Could be a good idea. It's tough because it's like the growth is 18%, so it's growing pretty slowly is the only issue, but it does spread nicely, which is nice. So we're going to get all this done here and have these 2 areas that we can then eventually get going with some fire. Now, the fire just increases the fertility in the area. The soil, tilled soil, is a fertility bonus of 25%. So it is something that we could try, especially because maybe we don't need a fire break. I just kind of like the idea of having fire breaks all around, but maybe we don't actually need that. We just unlocked a bunch of stuff with all of our new clearing trees, brushes, and stumps. A clothes zone, standing torch, wall torch. Again, be careful because they throw sparks. A stones pile, love it. Haystack, rock heap. All the tool. Okay, this is great. This is great. Storage is starting to happen, and a sleep mat and a clothing zone. Okay, so I want to start moving into this home sooner rather than later. However, I know that eventually this area is going to be for the living, for the sleeping. This area down here is going to be all our storage. So let's start, creating some storage in areas we know will eventually be the main, our main area. So a straw pile, flammability is medium. Got to be careful. Flammability none. So we could have stone piles, rock heaps, outside our building. Actually, this might be a good idea near this. So let's go like 2 rock heaps outside the side of the 3. Why not? Outside the side of the building. Let's go object storage. Let's go with the haystacks. I feel like those should be able to be put in outside. Let's go with a stones pile here as well. We might need more of those. Let's X this and hit B for that and bring up another one of these. There we go. So those are going to be some stones piles. Basically, just build everything that they let you build in the early game. Tools racks. I would love to see... That's not a tool rack. I would love to see some tool racks right up against, this wall here. I think eventually this is going to be like... This will, again, like I said, this is going to be inside the larger stone house that we're going to try to build. Although it might need to be a smaller structure to begin with. We might have to build a small stone house here off the front. I might be getting a little ahead of myself. It's just that I know this game, you need so much storage, so it's not ideal. So what are you saying? What were you upset about? I saw the fire icon. Let's scroll out and see if there's like a fire going on. I don't see a fire going on. Okay. Let's clear some more grass to get some more seeds. I don't want to clear all this grass though that they're relying on. That's only going to result in a certain type of seed. Let's go clear down here. It's a far clearing to do. Good. We're chopping these trees down. We're building our wood. We're building our dirt floor, I mean. Good. And I imagine we're getting... Okay, we need a stockpile for some, like, logs. Do we have storage for that? No. Oh, log pile. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Log pile, I think, should also be outside, you know? I think the log pile should be outside. Let's put it outside our future building. So we know there's going to be some... that's just so arbitrary, isn't it? We know there's going to be some storage, some moving around, but I just kind of want to set myself up for success. Maybe even just, like, right along here. A little lower down. We've already unlocked a gravel mine? Oh, I love it. Okay, good. So I guess we didn't need lots of mountains. You used to definitely need it. Let's put a flute rack, like, just in here. We've unlocked some more tools. Oh my goodness. Mine mountains, mine gravel. Clear everything out of the way. That's always a nice one. We can plant trees now. That's great to know about. Tilled soil. Again, I wonder if this burning is like pre-release gameplay loops, and maybe the tilled soil, like a 25% bonus is okay, but we definitely want some fertility given to us by what the burning does. I think the burning might be 50%. Now we can do a log wall. Now we're kind of getting into some interesting stuff. Like this back wall could be all logs. Let's start to replace these with logs, maybe. Let's replace that the back wall with logs. And then what we need to do is, like I said, keep pursuing whatever is able to be built. Just build it. Let's get some haystacks here. This is gonna look nice here, I think. Like haystacks right there. Then let's go. What else can we do? What else do we need to build? Oh, branches pile. I'm worried about making them wet, I guess, is the only issue. Like, maybe they should be stored inside so that they don't get soaked. Is that a thing? Again, this is going to be the eventual inside of our building. Maybe they're just stored inside, folks. So this is the size of our internal building. It's going to be a big structure, I think, if we do that. Let's X those. Let's build it a little more compactly so we don't go through lots of resources right away. So there's some of that. Some stones and stuff can still be stored outside. Why not? Because it's like that. If that gets wet, it's not going to ruin it. I just feel like maybe I'm overthinking what happens in the game. And a straw pile. Do we need a straw pile? We have a haystack. I guess we need a straw pile. And let's keep that straw from getting too wet as well. So put those two in there. So that's a lot of storage options, and eventually once we unlock stone stuff, like I said, we're going to start stoning it in there. But I'm not too worried about that right now. We do need a butcher block. Okay. All right. Now, eventually, I'd love to have a nice stone kitchen somewhere. But for now, let's go butcher block here. Once we build that butcher block, it's going to unlock, again, it's cheesy, but I know it unlocks another thing. But the other thing too is, like, as gamers, we must know that it's about to unlock more stuff, and you can always guess at what that stuff was going to be if you've played one of these games before, even just one of them. Basic needs. Let's go sleep mats, and start to build this side of the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe some along the bottom here. There we are. And then let's go. What do we have here? Log walls. Is this a log wall? That's a hay wall. Yeah, I just want it to all be log walls now. I think I'm also going to really like the aesthetic, to be honest with you. So there we are, switching to log walls. Yeah, we started a little too early on the building because, like I said, you unlock stuff a lot faster than you think. As you can see, this area is starting to get annoying and messy, but that is because I am steadily moving everything up to this area. So we've got our meat rack. We haven't built those yet, so we need some more straw. Let's make sure we've got lots of straw coming up. Again, we can also let's start to make this a bit more. Oh, what do we need here? Flax sheaf. Do we have flax sheaf? We have hay. I don't see any flax sheafs yet. But it makes seeds and stems, which is kind of nice. Flax stems out of flax sheaf. I don't think we have flax sheaf. That's probably, what is this? Clear grass. That's probably that. I don't know. Let's find out. All right, we got 2 days worth of food left. That's okay because, again, this food is all decreasing in quality steadily. So we just want to be careful not to overdo it there. Those raw eels will get cooked hopefully eventually. But this is sort of, yeah, this is the look. This is kind of what we want to start seeing in our main territory. So let's go here. Jobs. Let's clear some more trees here. And again, we're looking at 2 days of progress, by the way. Animal bed unlocked. Perfect. Okay, I'm not going to worry about animal stuff, animal welfare just yet. Because we're still waiting for some... Oh, clay bin. Yeah, we probably need to start... Yeah, let's gather some clay. We need to get to some less flammable structures before I start worrying about other things just yet. Oh, yeah, right. And one thing, if you watch this channel, to never forget about is there is a... not needed for gravel or dirt floors. There is, my friends, rugs. There are rugs in the game, and we are so happy for them. There's going to be a door right there to get into this sleeping area. Look at him. Hector, so naked. So, this is going to be our primary sleeping area. This could be some crafting or maybe our kitchen eventually. And then all of our crafting and storage and major industries need to be in a covered area down here. But what I've seen other people do in the past is you put up like one log wall as a sort of a pillar. And from there, I think it's 2 tiles over. You can continue and you can make a bit of a, like umbrella. Something like that. Yeah, actually you can see... That's probably too far, right? So that creates an overhang where things are technically stored, like not outdoors, but it's not really an indoors. Like it'll be a problem if you try to stay warm under that. So what I'd love to do by the winter is have a lot of our crafting, tile crafting, all that stuff inside one big place that stays at a decent survivable temperature so that all winter long we can just be working hard or hardly working on all of that stuff. I believe the other thing you want to do is get a lot of... We want to race to clay, so let's get some of that going. Because we want to be able to start getting into tiles and pottery, and we want to make some jugs so we can hang on to some water. So jobs, gather clay right here. Let's gather that clay over here, and over here. That's going to unlock some more stuff for us. We've got a lot of trees being chopped down, which will help serve our log wall. I know you're probably watching earlier, and he's like, I thought he was going to build slow, but it's like, listen, it's day 2 of the summer. We don't have a lot of time to build slow. I'm still waiting for all this grass to grow in, and I don't even know if that's going to help me right now. I might want to start hunting. We're down to 1 day of food, so I want to start hunting. Let's do another experiment. Let's go over here and... push our logistics a little bit further. Floor, let's go dirt floor. 1 single dirt floor here. This is the experiment we're going to run, all right, folks? A single dirt floor. So this will be for our fire breaks. But this one here, I want to do tilled soil and see if we do better. Because we might be able to get tilled soil up and running a lot faster than we can get all this grass ready and like burn all this territory. But, you know, to each their own. Let's see if the tilled soil is any good. It's a little far away from water. If we want to eventually water things. And the task list sitting at 344. So, yeah, that was not ideal. I think I need to be a little careful, a little more, I was about to say a little carefuler, a little more careful with how many tasks I give people right off the hop. But, you know, there's much work to be done in Clanfolk when you're trying to set up your first clan for the first time. A few things have happened. We have unlocked a lot of things because of our butcher block, so this is going to step up our life a little bit here. Objects, actually I'll just show you in the ideas thing. It's unlocked our snare kit, a simple bow, hide rack, charcoal kiln. These were recently unlocked as well, not basically because of the butcher block, but other things. But honestly, this is where I start to slow down, right? Because I'm like, oh, I want to get everything else done, but it's like, well, if we get the charcoal kiln done, it unlocks a bunch more stuff that we're going to need to survive. So we got to kind of build everything. So let's first of all get this hide rack. Here's another Clanfolk tip. Build a hide rack. Actually, let's move this over. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to pack this and move it to there. There we go. If you build a hide rack next to your butcher block, whenever they butcher an animal, the hide will switch over to the hide rack right away and start to dry out, if, of course, it is under a roof and even probably somewhat warm. So that's going to be great in the future. We can put another hide rack here. Then we'll have some hide storage, which I believe we've unlocked some kind of an item for hide storage. Branch file. I think there's some hide storage or something. Then we can get our clothing zone, of course, going on in here. Our kitchen. Maybe the clothing zone is over here, actually. Objects. Buildings. Oh, I just lost it again, didn't I? There we go. Clothing zones. We'll do a clothing zone like here. And then I think if we put a wall here eventually, this could be our kitchen. This could be our sort of, yeah, we'll put a wall here. This is our main bunkhouse. We can start to spread things out. We've also unlocked stone roofs, so I'm starting to build those. But again, stone roofs are actually very expensive. So you can kind of see that the dream for the winter is to get a stone roof all the way down here and then wall all this off so that we can have a lot of fire and warmth producing items inside this building. But we basically are in a race against time to do that. I've also noticed we actually can't, for some reason, plant berry bushes, which I was hoping to be able to get some like berries from. So that's berries there. If we scroll down, I'm not seeing berry bushes, but I am seeing some things that we definitely need to get started on. We've unlocked something here, straw window. Okay, so we need to place a straw window so we can unlock this stuff. Cured flax stems, and if we place a straw door, that gets us that. Okay, so let's place a straw door, even though I didn't want to. And let's place our charcoal kiln as well. Objects, buildings, straw door. That unlocks some more things. We might as well. Crafting a charcoal kiln. Does it throw sparks? Flammability, none, apparently. Uses branches to create charcoal. So let's just have that, like, here. Again, all of the plan is to have all this structure, all this production going into the winter. So this area becomes like a big warmth area. Oh, perfect. Our branch pile is made. So you know what we're going to do? Let's start planning on moving our lives up there because, like, take a look. All these dried mushrooms are currently getting ruined by the light seasonal rains that have set in. Do we have anything built here for that? No. Let's raise. Let's hit this and turn that to a maximum priority. Straw 40, branches 20. Lots of straw, lots of branches. So there's no reason to not have these serving baskets. Let's get those done ASAP. Then let's actually remove this stockpile. So that food is currently waiting for something to happen. So we just need these to be built as quick as possible and get some food under there. Hopefully that'll get that food under there. Let's actually, and we have a meat rack. Cooked eel and raw eel, so not smoked meat. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a food storage right here as well. And I'm going to go for, we'll just leave everything open there. But we'll raise the priority on those. Okay, let's get a simple bow built so we can start doing some hunting. Let's build 2 of those. I don't know why, but I always opt for doubles of things. I like doubles of the barracuda. You know how it is. I like having lots of doubles. All right, so let's take a look here. Growth 16%. No hay to come out of it. Local moisture 20. Fertilizer 0. Growth rate is 35%. The growth rate here is 28. So it's offered a little bit of growth rate over that. But if we look near the poo hole, growth rate is 57%. So I want that log out of there, actually. Get that log moved. So we can really take advantage of this growth rate. Growth rate 57%, then it goes down to 29 over here. So 36% is without any sort of fertilizer spread onto it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with, the poo holes. Albert poo holes. They're going very well. We have lots of stuff. Basically, I've just done the classic thing that I do when I play. Let's raise that. Okay. And let's actually go here and hit store immediately on these bad boys so we don't have any more issues with that. Classic thing I do with Space Haven with a lot of things is I overbuild. I just inundate them with logistics, and that seems to be what I've done here. Now, all my beds are filled, so I'm going to X these away, and so they can start sleeping on the bed mats, which offers more comfort and eventually a little more shelter once I get some things built here. But that's mainly what I want to see. Do I have anywhere to store seeds? I could just put them in a general stockpile, I suppose. Stockpile, so we can do general or ingredients or edible. Buildings, objects, storage. I have nowhere to store them for now, so that's all right. We've got our branch piles here. We just need to keep working on all these piles. I think the straw piles, are they not done? They are not done yet. Okay, so that's all the stuff that needs to get done. Another night falls. It's a 16-degree evening, so they aren't in as much of a rush as I am, though I am definitely feeling the pull of the eventual winter that is on its way. We have 1 day of food left. I think it's okay for now during the abundant summers to push things a little bit hard. and to push things a little bit close to the teeth. You want to start seeing that number tick up, definitely into the fall, I would imagine, is when you want to start having all your little plans pay off. We've finally done it. We've unlocked berry bush planting, so I'm going to start planting some berry bushes here. You guys should be using these tool racks, by the way. Stop leaving everything just on the ground. You foolish people. Oh, we've built a bow. Okay, I think it's time to start doing some hunting. Let's go jobs, hunt wild animals, and see what we've got around here. Sometimes, similar to RimWorld, right, you can kind of lay this out and sort of expand it and start to see if you catch anything. I'm not seeing any. I mean, really what you want to look for in the grassland, usually, is there's some rabbit holes. You can go try to hunt that bad boy. Hunting is... I thought there was going to be more wildlife in this one, but there's not a lot of rabbits around. Maybe it's the daytime, so there should be like a bunch of rabbits out and about. Oh, well, that doesn't bode well for my winter. Okay. There's another fox over there, I think, that I just pegged. So we'll get some hunting going on, but yeah, this is not like the best situation. I remember in the last episodes the last playthrough I did, there was an abundance of rabbits around, which is always nice. Oh, there's a bunch over here. Okay. So we'll try to hunt those. I think the orders go away because the rabbits will go into their holes at night and sort of quote unquote despawn. So when they come back, you'll have to go and set up a new series of hunt orders in the meantime. What I'd love to do, the goal here is that we don't have to worry about anything else but hunting and maybe some inside work during the winter. That would be the dream, of course. Now we've unlocked a few things here. Let's take a look. A vacancy sign tells travelers that there's food and warmth here, so we can charge them. Very nice. The kiln is going to get us into some pottery, so we want to get there. And we now have sacks in our clothing zone. Do we have a clothing zone built? Oh, I love it. Let's make a couple of sacks, because that's probably going to unlock some stuff. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a kiln zone. Unlocks more stuff. That's good. Flammability, also none, so that's also good. Let's rotate this around. Let's go... Yeah, let's put it there. And then we're going to have some storage there. I'm not sure what storage will go there, but eventually some storage will go there. I'm trying to keep as much room left over here for cooking and whatnot, but it's starting to get pretty tight quarters here. Again, leave in the comments below, like, is this too much? Do I not need to be storing all of these resources inside? I just kind of felt like I did, so, you know, I started it. And there we have it. The rock wall has been unlocked. Love to see it. Let's get a bit more charcoal here. I just really want to get... Yeah, we need 100 clay to get... Oh, we've got lots of clay. So we want to get that kiln built up ASAP. But now we also have our rock wall, which is going to take a lot of building. They are very expensive, but I love how they look. It's just it takes one large rock for each wall. So it is absolutely no slouch. Like, this is not a cheap thing to build. Oh, crap. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's symmetrical and all that. But this thresher is actually not in a good position. So I'm going to have to move it, like, over here or something. Where am I going to move it? Maybe we don't need as much stick piles. I mean, we tend to gather a lot of sticks. Let's move the thresher. Pack it up. And we're going to move it in here. We're moving it in here just for some reason. We're just kind of moving it out of the way. And we need twine. Okay, so is my work area down? Yes, it is. My work area is down here, so we can actually get rid of this work area. Let's break that down. And complete the move all the way up north here. Some of our berry bushes are coming along. Growth is 26%, so it's pretty slow. I feel like it's going to stop once the fall hits. We're already halfway through our summertime. We have a small, measly amount of food available to us. Let's go ahead and order up 10 more eels. Our first cooked meat happened. Our first successful hunts went down. As you can see, we're missing some twine here, so these didn't get finished building. Our first hide is made, and with it comes our first hide shelf. It is nothing but progress this episode. It feels like sometimes things fly by, and then by the time the winter gets here, it's going to feel like the opposite. It's going to feel like, where did all the time go? I'm going to put it on its corner because eventually I want to start making a stack of storage options here in this center area, considering this is kind of our impromptu larder until we get to a more advanced state of the game. We've unlocked compost. Uses manure baskets for collection and combines with straw, ash, and a sack to make fertilizer. That's actually great. Graves. Hopefully we don't need them. Got some more clothing we can make with sacks. Stone floor is great. Daub wall supports a roof. Clay. Flammability is low, so we could switch to daub eventually, but I kind of like the aesthetics of the log in the back here. We just want to replace some of these early walls that we built, but man, our thing's starting to look a little bit ready for the future. We just need to find some more stones, so eventually we're going to have to start doing some ordering of... Let's gather these stones here. We're going to have to start ordering some mining here, which has a low chance of yielding stones, so it's quite a lot of work to do. Let's gather these berries here. Up here, let's gather those berries. And we got 2 days of food, so we're doing okay. We want to make sure, kind of want to make sure it gets stored, though. I'm going to put this on critical storage. Like, put that away, please. Put it away. Put it in the meat shelf. There we go. I don't know. You guys should just do that all the time. But anyway, we've got the food here. We need raw meat to continue cooking. That's okay. We'll worry about that later. We've got our hide rack going. And it looks like progress and possibly hope is possible to have here in Clanfolk. I absolutely love this game. I think I placed this farm a little weird. These farms are maybe a bit small, like this one, but what I could do is like expand this to tilled soil and not worry so much about trying to set fires all the time. Growth is 26%, 40% over here. Yeah, it's just like growth is just going to be really slow, isn't it? Unless we can really get our act together. So let's start messing around with composting and see what it does. I'm not really sure how to use it just yet, so that's in farming here. I imagine our compost... I mean, wouldn't a compost be used to... I'm going to put one here. Wouldn't a compost be used like we would put our spoiled food in there? Not that we're spoiling food these days. We're just eating any and all food that we make. Twine. There we are. So, yeah, we're going to try to figure out how this compost works. Let's go ahead and make... 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 more sacks. What do we need for that? Mostly we're going through straw. Okay, so we need to make sure that we keep straw coming up, and Samuela is working hard on it. Let's get some more straw coming. And let's start to set up some mining jobs here. Mine these mountains away. I was told by another commenter that the roofs, it's not like RimWorld, the roofs don't collapse. So that's something we don't have to worry too much about off the top. And eventually I believe this area will start to mine deeper down anyway, once we get some quarries and stuff. But for now, we just have to chip right into the walls here and hope that it starts to drop some larger stones rather than these little stones, so that we can continue building out our walls. I want to go wall and roof at a time, and hopefully we can get there. It's the evening of the 5th day already. I feel behind. I feel a little worried about that. We'll have to keep up with our fishing, our hunting, and try to survive. What does this do? Okay, get that. Guys, get these eels dealt with. Order up some raw eel. Thank you. As day sets, night starts, as the sun sets on our 5th day of the summer, I feel pangs of hope and a lot of anxiety over our clan's ability to survive. If we can get this little piece forward here, this little front piece built, I think I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more ready for what the winter has to throw at us, especially after my lessons on the first one. If you think I've missed some lessons, feel free to hit me up in the comments below with, you missed the lessons! I am addicted to this game. I love this game. I am so happy that it is out in full release. I'm sure many of you are about to clock 600 hours in this game, as surely am I. Hopefully you found this to be some truly solid content. Our beginnings have begun, our humble beginnings, and hopefully, with your help, we can make it through the winter. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video of whatever it is that we decide to play. Sleep well, my little clan. And let's see what day 6 has in store for you. Work hard. Work hard, please.